This is the Osmo Pocket 4, the successor of arguably the most popular pocket vlogging camera out there right now. Like back in 2024 at IFA Tech Expo, I only saw a couple of people using the Osmo Pocket 3, which made me curious enough to get one myself. But a year after that, it was absolutely everywhere. Literally everyone had it. And it has now become the prime standard of what a 1-inch sensor pocket camera should look like. Which then means that the Osmo Pocket 4 has to be even better. So I took it with me on a journey to many scenic and breathtaking locations to see if that was really the case. Now, whether you already have the Osmo Pocket 3 or you're planning to get this as your first pocket camera, this video will give you a clear idea of what this little camera is capable of and whether it's worth getting. Now, at first glance, you might actually mistake it for its predecessor, as visually it looks nearly the same. But when you flip open the screen, you get two new buttons right underneath. And the joystick has been completely redesigned. Instead of a stiff 4-direction button, you now get a fully moving console-like knob. The front now greets you with the Osmo logo instead of DJI, and the microSD slot safely hides under a flap now. The back pattern is somewhat different, together with a new dark gray color, but otherwise the outer appearance is not much different from the Pocket 3. In fact, the only real thing that gives it away is the rearranged Pocket 4 marking on the side. Now, of course, all the real changes are on the inside. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the Creator Combo, which is the top choice for vloggers and content creators alike. But DJI has made some controversial changes this year, so can you spot what's missing? That's the additional battery grip. While it still exists, it no longer comes bundled in. And I think that's a major setback, since that Creator Combo was all about interrupted content creation and mobility. But the good news is that Creator Combo, as well as other bundles, are much cheaper now. So the money you save will be needed for that new battery handle, which also has slightly increased capacity now. Also, if you already have a battery handle from the Osmo Pocket 3, it will fit the new Pocket 4 just fine, at the expense of a little design mismatch. But the battery grip is not the only thing missing, as that hard shell protective case is also gone now, being replaced with a protective clamp that secures the gimbal mechanism to prevent any camera or screen movement. Now, while the new solution is good for what it does, it no longer protects the screen or the housing in general, nor can you store your wide-angle lens and black mist filters in a safe place. And no, you cannot fit the Pocket 4 inside the old case, since it is slightly taller now, so hopefully we at least get a third-party solution for that. But there are some new additions to the package as well, like an entirely new fill-light attachment which operates through the new magnetic connector on the back of the gimbal, finally solving the lack of flashlight. And there's also a new mic, which has now been upgraded to the newer Mic 3, making it a perfect fit in this combo because of its smaller form factor. And for the smaller size, you now need to use the included magnetic charging dock. Other than that, you pretty much get the same layout, with the handle, tripod, and so on. Also, both the standard and Creator Combo have a little soft fabric bag included, which might somewhat compensate for the absence of a hard shell one. So back to the Pocket 4 itself and all the new features. Inside, you have a new upgraded 1-inch CMOS sensor that now supports 14-stop dynamic range, improving the way HDR looks and enabling the support for full 10-bit D-Log, as well as making low-light shots look better. Now, the biggest selling point you'll hear in terms of video is the ability to shoot in 4K 240 FPS, so you can have really cool and artistic looking slow-mo shots without compromising on the resolution. And this really brings the Pocket 4 on par with some of the more expensive cameras out there. So, to account for all the beefy imaging upgrades, you also get a slightly larger battery inside, which keeps the fun going. And just as with a lot of other DJI products right now, the Osmo Pocket 4 comes with 107GB of built-in storage, which is handy either as a backup, in case you forget the SD card, or even as the primary storage for some, as with these 107GB, you can shoot nearly 3 hours of 4K 30fps with high bitrate setting, or even around 5 hours at standard bitrate. So this really adds to the versatility. And direct offloading from the camera also makes more sense now, since we finally get a USB 3 port which enables transfer speeds of up to 800 megabytes per second when using the bundled USB-C cable. You will also see some speed gains with the wireless offloading through the DJI Mimo app, as Wi-Fi 6 now comes as a standard. So much for the raw specs and numbers that this little camera can push, which is just one side of the story, as this hardware allows for new functionality in the software. So let's get to the actual shooting experience to see what you can expect from the creator combo paired with all the smart features. Now, those two hidden buttons behind the display is obviously one of the Pocket 4's signature features, which makes daily shooting much easier. Starting with the zoom button. With one click, you can zoom into 2x and zoom out. So for quick zoom in, you no longer have to change the joystick mode. You just click back and forth when needed. And a double click will hit the new 4x zoom capability, which actually preserves quality quite well, with that 4x looking better than the 2x on the Pocket 3. Now the C or custom button gives you much more options to work with, as you can set custom actions for single press, double press, and even triple press. And during my use, I found it to be really handy for quick switching between photo and video modes, as you can press it, snap a photo, and switch back to video mode. You can also set it to do other things like quick capture or turn on the fill light. But the list of actions is currently quite limited, especially for triple press. But one of the biggest upgrades is that new analog joystick, giving better control over the shot now. On the Pocket 3, it was merely a directional button for fast pan direction, but now it feels more like an actual gimbal. A slight push, for example, will make the pan slower. Plus, with the physical movement of the joystick, you get more sense of what you're doing and what to expect. And this was actually a struggle for me when I used the Pocket 3 more extensively during my San Francisco trip, which, by the way, you can watch here. I would often find myself panning too fast or going out of shot in unexpected directions. So while the follow mode worked great, the manual correction with the joystick did not. But with the Pocket 4, everything felt smoother, starting from the gimbal movement all the way to the manual control with the joystick. Now for the digital features, ActiveTrack has reached its version 7.0, which now works across other shooting modes as well, like the 240 FPS slow-mo for example, which lets you create moving slow-mo tracking shots. The face detection works even better now, with the ability to regain focus even after losing the subject between obstacles. And for even better results, you can now register and save familiar faces of the subjects in the settings. But if that wasn't convincing enough, we finally have the support for gesture controls. So you can just place the camera on a tripod and enable ActiveTrack by doing a palm gesture, or start-stop recording with a V sign, making solo recordings work even from a distance. But those new accessories from the Creator combo make solo shooting even better. The fill light attachment helps you highlight the face in darker environments, which also comes with adjustable brightness as well as color temperature. Then you can max out that look by combining it with beauty filters that can help you smooth things out on different levels, and even add some tan if that's what you're into. So this will make you look good. But the Creator combo will also make you sound good, making the Mic 3 the best tool for the job, with the built-in noise cancellation. And here is a quick sample. It is now the Mic 3, so you have to consider this one for vlogging as well, since you get the microphone together in a combo kit. And the microphone is pretty good because it has all the new features and upgrades we saw in the Mic 3. And the cool thing about the Pocket 4 is that it offers 4-channel audio, meaning that both the audio from the internal mic as well as the Mic 3 gets recorded in separate channels. This gives you the ability to change the audio source in post, in case you want to switch from isolated talking to replaying the sound in the background. So with amazing visuals and great audio, you basically have a recording studio in your pocket. And there are so many new features in the UI that it really makes you feel like in a studio, as swiping down on the screen now reveals 3 full pages of quick settings instead of 1. And there are some quality of life updates as well, like having the battery percentage directly inside the battery icon, which you can see at all times. And with so much settings and features out there, it might feel scary for some. But obviously this camera is not just for the most serious content creators, as it is also meant for casual travelers or people just wanting to record their memories. So just days after getting my Osmo Pocket 4, I was able to take it on my first big trip to Zermatt, Switzerland, to see the Matterhorn, which coincidentally is the same place you can see on the box of the Pocket 4. and probably on a lot of other marketing materials to come. Now, almost all the footage you already saw and will see here today was shot on auto mode, which is going to be the go-to mode for most of the people looking to just point and shoot while moving through different lighting conditions and environments. And I was really impressed with the image quality, as the videos looked much more detailed thanks to the new higher resolution sensor, but while the colors were much more vibrant, every now and then I noticed that the shots would look a bit overexposed, with the colors being slightly out of balance, which might be the result of auto mode trying to adapt. And you might often see that it takes time for the Pocket 4 to adapt to the scene, especially with the darker environments, but when it does, the shots will look great. And talking about those darker environments, you now get auto low light enhancement within the standard shooting mode as well, which brings more versatility, as you don't always have to switch over to the dedicated low light mode. The camera will automatically do it for you, and this becomes quite noticeable when compared to the Pocket 3. This option can also be disabled if you don't want to mix things up and use the dedicated low light mode instead to get better results. Now, if you're into creating cinematic looking footage, then you can try one of the 6 new built-in film tones, which adds a live filter on top of your footage real time. But in case you prefer your own color editing and shooting raw instead, then you can take advantage of the full 10-bit D-Log support to capture the maximum information about the scene to color grade it afterwards. And while the main purpose of this camera is creating videos, it's now much better at taking photos as well. In the Pocket 3, the photo mode was just a nice addition. But on the Pocket 4, you now have a super photo mode, which can generate up to 37 megapixel still shots with incredible detail. Like, look at this photo. You can easily create a wallpaper out of something like this, which we also did. So for the photos, I suggest keeping the super photo on for good. Then bind the C button for fast switching, so you can snap some decent looking photos as well. And this really rounds up the Pocket 4 as an amazing all-in-one package that puts powerful content creation tools right in your pocket. There are some convenience drawbacks that seem to be financially justified, especially with the camera itself being cheaper now, potentially attracting newcomers to go for the newer Pocket 4 instead of the older model, as it improves on every single angle where the Pocket 3 was lacking, building a strong foundation for becoming the next golden standard of pocket video cameras, especially having that many new features, for which we will definitely need a separate video. So stay tuned for an Osmo Pocket 4 tutorial coming soon. And I know that I will be the one walking IFA Expo grounds this year with the Osmo Pocket 4, as well as taking it with me on many journeys to come, simply to record some memories. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay armored with tech, and see you in the next video.